a milkshake duck is something that you thought was really cool and great, and then immediately or over time or at some point realized was awful and problematic, and oh my God, why did you like that? Spurred this week by the fact that this guy Jensen Karp tweeted out a photo of some shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and everyone was like, that's so funny, who is this guy? Well, happens to be married to child actor Topanga. That's her first and last name, I don't care. She was on Boy Meets World. Topanga, this is the husband of Topanga. Oh my God, isn't that crazy? How funny. What a hilarious guy. Look at the shrimp tails. What the hell? And then followed up by a woman named Melissa Stetton, who said, what you may not know about the man behind the viral post is that he's a manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic ex-boyfriend who once told me he was surprised I hadn't killed myself because my life was so worthless. That, is, my friends, is a milkshake duck, hearkening back to this tweet. The whole internet loves Milkshake Duck, a lovely duck that drinks milkshakes. 5 seconds later, we regret to inform you that the duck is racist. You guys, what has been something that has been your milkshake duck? Jackie, do you have a milkshake duck?
No, don't make me go first. I went first for the last one.
I'll go. I can go. Symone,
I don't
you
think I understood
first?
what Milkshake Duck was. I'm so sorry.
No, you do know. Jackie said before the show, said, oh yeah, I had a milkshake duck once. Never again.
I said I like a duck shake. It was a duck flavored milkshake. I made that joke, which seemed like a very simple, innocuous joke. And then Milkshake Duck was explained, and it's essentially what did I love? It was like if we were to go back in time and you'd find out that I was a huge Woody Allen fan.
Yeah,
and it turns out I was never a Woody Allen fan, but that didn't mean that I didn't like him. I just loved that Hannah and her sisters came out right when it came out that he married his stepdaughter, and I was like, oh, I don't have to watch this stuff anymore, which is occasionally funny. So because Woody Allen is occasionally very funny, and then other times boring and exhausting, and I would not hang out with him as a person.
No.
And then you find out that he's a shit person, and you're like, I win. So that is not a milkshake duck. That's me bragging that I never liked him.
Oh, totally. I've done that. I have done that before of like, anyway, we don't have to talk about it, but yeah, you're like, oh, I never liked him in the first place. Symone, do you have a milkshake duck? Was there, these examples are like, okay, remember that Chewbacca mom, the lady who wore like the Chewbacca face mask, and she was so sweet. And well, it turns out has a bunch of like problematic racist posts, and it was like, oh, geez. There's lots of silly, examples of this, but Symone, do you want me to go?
I was best friends with Rachel Dalziel. That was that problem, or whatever her name was. No, that seems right.
You don't even know her name.
I don't know her name.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't really like much. Like, I go through my life not really having high expectations, but
solid way to live.
So like, I honestly can't even claim this as a milkshake duck, but I feel like it's the closest thing is Gina Carano. I don't know if that's even how you say your name, but I was so late to watch The Mandalorian, like very late. Like I waited until season 2 was up. And then I started watching, from season 1, and I just, immediately was like, is she an athlete? Like, this is incredible. Like, why don't we have more people who look like this? Because like when we have like, I don't know, female strong characters, usually they are twigs or something. And I was like, no, this person, like, she's buff. Like,
she can actually kick ass.
Yeah. And so then immediately, like, I feel like it was so immediate because I hadn't been watching the show, like, it wasn't like I was like with the show for years. I was with the show for like a month. And so I was like, oh, damn, I just thought this person was like totally cool. And then she went on to say some stuff about Nazis and, compare it to to cancel culture or whatever. It's just incredible how that
dude, that story was, we talked about it on the show with Matt, and he was, he's sort of a Star Wars nerd, and he was saying that all these kind of the same right-wingers who are now defending her like crazy were also saying, oh man, fuck Disney, trying to be woke with this woman, why does she have to be all these women, these strong women, like really mad that she was a strong, big woman And then now she's their savior because she has problematic like anti-Semitic tweets or like posts.
And I just thought of J.K. Rowling, who lost her tiny lizard mind and decided to die on the hill of trans women not being women. And you're like, what? It has nothing to do with. Why can't people just be? What do you care? What do you do? Here, leave Harry Potter alone. Stop changing it.
You don't have to say anything. You can always not say something. That's the beauty of speech.
Yeah, I'm
free
gonna
speech.
Like early Bill Cosby forever. Always gonna like early Bill Cosby. Can't wait for him to die so I can like all of it again, and not think about what was happening after the show. So
funny. I see someone wrote Jimmy Dore, which I think is fucking hilarious. Thank you for saying that.
Any number of people. Jeff Ross, Steve Rannazzisi, the hero of 9/11. We could talk whatever.
Mine isn't as viral as what happened recently. Although I know there's people who I've like laughed at and like loved, like, Cash Me Outside girl on Dr. Phil. She must be problematic, but I fucking loved her. Like, is Honey Boo? Did Honey Boo Boo stand the test of time? Like, I don't know.
Oh, I have one. How about Abby Lee Miller? I was a huge Dance Moms fan, and then because I'm from Pittsburgh, the show was set in Pittsburgh, of course. But when you watch that back, you change the music, change the editing. It's like just child abuse, So that was interesting.
Mine is very embarrassing, and it's a very long story, but I will shorten it to say quickly, I had a long and intense crush on Kevin Spacey. Ooh, funny, like 2 years ago. Super hilarious. What a weird crush. How stupid. Oh my God, you like LA Confidential that much? Oh my God, your whole room was full of posters of Kevin Spacey. That's so weird. Then 2 years later, then some shit happened, and I was like, oh no, that's bad.
I wonder what happened to Racer X or Steve Landisberg from Barney Miller Show, because those were my two big crushes when I was a kid. Was Racer X. It turns out he's super sexist.
Well, so what's funny is that when Kevin Spacey was like being accused, obviously, of his like sexual misconduct and assault, the headline that Vanity Fair or one of these articles put out was Kevin Spacey comes out as gay. And I was like, oh my God. And I posted, I was like, yes, king, like live your truth, blue. And like and then my friends on Facebook were like, please read the article. Because the whole article was like, oh no, he just used being gay as a shield and coming out as a shield to like cover up for his like disgustingness and his abuse. I was like, oh God, why? Anywho.
I mean, I do like the Christmas Day drops from Kevin Spacey. So if anything came out of it, there's one positive, right? And so we can look forward to that next Christmas Day. Thank you, Kevin.
They're always scary. They're scarier than any role he's ever played. Have you become a patron yet? Patreon.com/bitchuationroom is where you can directly support this show and help me make it sustainable so that I can do more of what I do best. Doing this.